This is basic black, and it's 8.5 by 11. We're not going to touch the 8.5 side. We're going to leave that alone, and we're just going to cut this at 9 3/4. The bigger box that I have, that I'll show you in a couple weeks, uses a 12 by 12 sheet. So I wanted to figure out how to make it with a 8.5 by 11. Okay, so now I've cut that down. I'm going to get the Simply Scored scoring tool, which is right behind me. Uh-oh, I forgot to turn the sounds off of my computer over there. Okay, so remember on the 9 3/4 inch side, that's where you want to start. And you're going to score at 1/2 inch. I'm going slow. And then 3 1/2, 5 1/8, and 8 1/8. And then we're going to turn it on the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 7/8 and 2 1/2. And we're going to do that on both sides. So I'm going to flip it around. 7/8 and 2 1/2. You do want to use your bone folder for sure. Okay. Chris, yes, I would be happy to give you the measurements for the regular container. I don't have them now. I'd have to figure it out, but I'll do that this week. I know I have some. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go turn the sounds off on my computer. The container, the covers or whatever, the holders that I made this year are a little bit different from the ones I've made in the past. So I'll get those measurements. In fact, that would actually make a good project for my blog, since I'm a little behind on creating. So maybe I'll film a video too, if that's okay. Okay, I think I got all of them. Now for the cutting. Let me grab my marker. This is one of those boxes that it can be a little complicated. So I'm going to try to explain it. And I will have a template on my website. I'll post it on Monday, okay? So you've got this 1/2 inch side here. So remember, put that to the left, and that will make things a whole lot easier. So here's my template, and what we want to do is remove this section, this one, and this one. And then if we turn it, this one. Sorry, my chalk marker is running out. So there's a good look at it again. Where's my scissors? Here we go. I'm going to show y'all how I came up with this box at the end. Okay. Ooh. Now this one. I can hear Elvis upstairs. Brooke just got home and she hasn't gotten him out of the cage yet, so he's going to start reminding her to get him out. I'll look for questions in a little bit. Okay, now, this is all trash. Ugh. Come here. Now, we've got some more cutting to do. So again, we're going to put that 1/2-inch strip over here on our left. That just kind of keeps us grounded. So this, don't touch that. Just cut up to the score line on both sides. And then do the same thing on this side. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the retired Project Life corner punch. You can use the tip or the this part of the envelope punch board if you don't have a corner rounder. Yes, I will post the template on Monday on my website. I'll have the instruction sheet and a template. You'll have a beautiful little diagram to make it a lot easier. Okay, now these 4 tabs here, we want to give them a little trim so that our box can assemble a little bit easier. So I'm just going to trim half of it off and then give it an angle cut. And then the same thing on this side. Okay, here's our box. So when I made this earlier today, I was off by like a 1/16 of an inch, and it took me like an hour to figure out how to fix it. Okay, so what we want to do is put, oh, you know what? Actually, I want to give this just a tiny angle trim too. You don't have to do this, but it would be helpful. So I'm going to take my tear-in tape, and this is actually the only place that we're putting adhesive for this box. So that's one of the reasons why I love this, is that you can make them and store them flat, and I'll show you that now. Let me pull the backing off of the tear-in tape. So you just fold this over and fold that over, and you can just store this flat until you need to assemble it and make it pretty. So this folds in, and this folds in, and then this folds in. And sometimes if I didn't give these enough of an angle cut, you might have to trim just a tad bit more. You can see this is kind of being a little stubborn right there. So I'm just going to give this a little more of an angle, and now it should work. I like how snug it is, so you can put lots of goodies in there. And the box measures, let's see, so it is, how do y'all like my big whopper of a ruler? I got this at the Container Store. So it's 3.5 inches tall, and it's 1.5, is that 1.5? Yeah, 1.5 deep. Yeah. Me too, Robbie. I even have an old Creative Memories. Yeah, I have lots of corner rounders. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is actually, what does I say this measures? 3 by 3.5. Okay, so I can't show you the inside of the holiday catalog because it's not live yet, but I kind of got inspired, or I kind of sort of copied the idea from the holiday catalog. Not the box, because that's my thing, but how I'm decorating the box is. So I'm going to cut this to measure 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's going to go on the front, and then we need the same size to go on the back. So 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's going to go back there. And the opposite side of this paper is the kitty cats. This is going to be a very popular pack of paper. This one goes here, right? Yeah, I'm getting myself confused. Between the cats, the witch's hat, and then all the lovely patterns Okay, now for the top, or the sides, let me see. Let's do the sides first. So let's get another piece, and those are going to measure 1 3/8, 1 3/8 by 3 1/4. Yay, I'm glad to hear you guys got your catalog. I was getting a little worried myself. I always, when I pay Stampin' Up! To send them to my customers, I always send one to myself as well so that I'll know when they're being delivered. And I was starting to panic. I was like, oh no, what if I really didn't? I mean, I did check my report. I did pay, but still, you never know. Sometimes things happen. Now all we need is the top, so that's one piece, and it's going to measure 1 3/8. Whew, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what it was. 1 3/8 by 2 3/4. I'll warn y'all, I am terrified of spiders, so if I ever see one anywhere, unless it's a teeny tiny one, I did kill one live one night on a live stream. It was just a little seed thing though, but I will scream and yell and holler and jump. TMI, right? Okay, there's our box. Now, Lucy, if you're a demonstrator, you will get it in your first demonstrator order that you place during the pre-order period. If you don't place an order, there's actually a date that that Stampin' Up's gonna send it to you. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this one to measure 2 1/2 because we're gonna be using it with, we're using the Mary Cafe stamp set. So we're going to use Memento ink, and we're going to stamp this coffee cup. Okay, so what was I going to say? Darn. I was going to ask a question. It has escaped me. I don't know. Must have been a lie. Let's see. Now my next dilemma is, if I don't know what color I want to stamp this on. In the catalog, is that pumpkin? I swear, I think I've grabbed another tangerine tango. Goodness gracious. Okay, rewind. Okay, now we're going to get this stamp set coordinates with the coffee cup framelits, and so we're going to be using this one, and this one, but we have some more stamping to do. So I'm going to take the Witch's Brew, which I used that earlier this week, and I'm going to stamp it right there. Now we're going to get the big shot. Yeah. We're going to cut out the greeting first. I know when you look through the holiday catalog, this might or might not be one that jumps out at you, but I love it. You're welcome. Hey, I still remember the excitement of being a new demonstrator. It will be 15 years on October 30th, so you're gonna love it. I'm going to tell y'all now, ugh, I worded that wrong. Make sure you come to my blog on that day because I'm going to have a super duper giveaway. 15 years, that's a long time. And I completely forgot to do blog candy or anything on my blog anniversary, which was 11 years earlier this month. So I'm going to have to do something this week to celebrate it. I don't even know how I forgot. I normally mark my calendar, but it's been crazy. That's the new normal, isn't it? Everything's crazy. Oh, it's possessed. Heidi, both of my assistants, Laura and Leslie, have had to be the bug killers. But when they're not, and 2 weeks ago, my house cleaner actually had to come and kill a bug. I don't even know what kind of bug that was. It was so scary. Oh, I was jumping up and down. It was so big and black and weird. Like, I've never seen a bug like that. Anyway, she killed it for me. I don't know what I would have done. I normally get the Windex and just spray like crazy until they fall to their death if someone's not here. But I couldn't spray where it was. It was on my quilt wall. Yeah, I was not going to put, Windex on my quilt wall. That would have been terrible. Okay, now, I'll explain the purpose of this in just a second. I'm going to cut 2 of these out. We're going to be doing some layering. Okay, where did it go? There it is. One more, and then we'll be done with the big shot. I think I warned y'all a month or so ago that the holiday catalog has a lot of thinlets and framelets. Like massive amounts. I'm not complaining, but okay, I think we're done with this. Let's get all of our pieces back over here. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do one more. Hold on, give me a, no, I'm gonna put it back up here for 1 second. I'm having the toughest time deciding which I prefer, and I'm gonna let y'all tell me what you think. So here's our box, and here's our little coffee cup, and here's the lid. Now remember me telling you that I kind of sort of copied an idea from the holiday catalog. So in the catalog, they actually used pumpkin pie, which that looks good. But, and then I think this looks cute because it kind of matches that. But then, what if we don't have any lines at all? So there you go. Use the little comment box and you can tell me vanilla with the lines or without, or pumpkin pie. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take these 2 pieces and I'm going to, well, let me just do it instead of explaining it. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm just layering it. Yeah. So I'll put a little adhesive there. And see? And then now the same thing on the bottom. My adhesive is just not working tonight. Did I smear that? Okay. I'm going to attempt to color. I need one of those little magnifier thingies. This is the pumpkin pie marker. Okay, I think I stayed in the line, except I forgot to color the brew. No line. No line's winning? Now somebody tell me. I'm asking for a lot, I know. Now I want someone to tell me which one won. Someone say the winner is, and tell me which one. I love these black rhinestones. I can't tell if they're spaced apart equally or not. And then I'm going to put, well, do I want to put a dimensional? No, I don't. I'm going to add, I should have added it before I put the rhinestones, but glue dots to the rescue. Well, there we go. Eeh. The winner is vanilla with no lines. Thank you. I'm attaching it also with a half of a glue dot. You could use the little mini dimensionals if you want to. And then we're almost done. All we gotta do is add it to the box. I thought about using the new black crochet trim, but since the box is black, it wouldn't show up. So we could make something. Let me just go ahead and attach it. Now I'm like, oh, at an angle or up and down? I'm going to do it at an angle. I can always change it if I don't like it like that. I was trying to figure out a way to add the witch's hat. Is the witch's hat too much? Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love the hearts. Thank you. I posted a question on my personal site today, and I was asking for fabric choices for my next quilt along, and I swear it's split down the middle. I think one is winning by one vote. Okay, I'm going to add the hat then. Let me get my glue dot here. We'll just stick it on there. It is cute. Okay. Do I like that ink? Sylvia, I love this ink when I'm using photopolymer stamps. It just, to me, the photopolymer works so much better with Memento. So I use the basic black for the red rubber, and I use Memento for photopolymer. Stephanie, I don't have the measurements that I can post tonight. Here, let me do this. That's not the right measurement. That's the bigger one. I'll write them down really quick because Brooke and I are going to have dinner, and then we're going to the park. This is going to just sound ridiculous, but I'm just going to say it. I spend time with my kids. We're going to go to the park and catch some Pokemon, and we haven't done that in a long time. Okay, so the basic black was 9 3/4 by 8 1/2, and on the 9 3/4 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3 1/2, 5 1/8, and 8 1/8. And then on the 8 1/2 inch side, you're going to score at 7/8 and 2 1/2 on both sides. And hopefully you can read my chicken scratch. And tomorrow, Monday, I will post the instruction sheet along with the picture, the diagram, and everything so that you can print it for your files. Yes, everybody stay safe from the actually the hurricane is now a Category 4. Goodness gracious. Scary. I don't think that anybody's in the path is probably watching this. I know I heard from a few of the ladies. I have some downline down there. I have some downline in Louisiana as well, so hopefully they're all staying safe. Definitely praying for them. Okay, great, Stephanie. Okay, any last minute questions before I sign off? Thank you. Yay, awesome. Welcome. Okay, y'all have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.